So, how did Sam Ovens become one of the biggest names in the online coaching slash info product slash online consulting space? Well, that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to be dissecting the sales funnels that Sam used to build his online consulting empire. Now, if you don't know who Sam Ovens is, he owns a company called consulting.com. He also has recently, or relatively recently, released a software company called Skool. And if you're watching this video, I'm sure you're familiar with either Sam or the online coaching space. And he is definitely, at this point, one of the biggest names and one of the biggest influencers on the entire industry. So how did he actually grow his empire, and what funnels did he use? Well, there's three main funnel strategies that he used to grow consulting.com. Now, the first one, which a lot of people actually don't realize, but he used collaborations. So I'm not saying this was his ultimate secret to success and his only way in which he grew, but what a lot of people don't realize is that back in 2016, you can see that he did a collaboration with Tai Lopez. And he partnered with Tai to essentially promote his product to Tai's audience. Now, this was in 2016. And you can see here, this was basically on Tai Lopez's his big come up. This is where he exploded on YouTube with his 67-step program. And then later he released also his social media marketing agency program. But this was at the height of Tai's popularity and his fame when it came to social media. So obviously it's extremely advantageous if Tai's audience are people who are looking to build businesses online or at least make money. And Sam has an offer that helps people do that. He obviously partnered with Tai and promoted that to his audience. So what type of funnel did he use when partnering with Tai? Well, he actually sent them to a webinar funnel. So you can see here, the 6-figure consulting webinar, an exclusive free training with Sam Ovens presented by Tai Lopez. So we actually partnered and made an actual webinar with Tai. And the title is How I Get Consulting Clients to Happily Pay Me 5 and 6 Figures Consistently Without Being Established or Salesy. And you can see the copy here. How to start a consulting business from scratch, how to pick a niche and craft your high ticket offer today, how to get consulting clients fast with predictability, and the math to making 100K consulting quickly. So you can see from the copy here that at this time in Sam Ovens' career, and if you actually watch the video as well, it is and this is probably partly as well because he's partnered with Tai, and Tai's audience was at this time typically younger entrepreneurs looking to make money online, quit the 9 to 5, etc., etc. So a lot of the copy on this page is based towards beginners. So it's around how to start a consulting business from scratch, how to make 100K, right? So it's very much, hey, I'm going to help you make your first bit of money online. And again, the video collab that he did with Tai was very much based around, hey, even if you've never built a business before, come and start a consulting business. It's the easiest way to make money online. So this was the webinar that he did. And again, if you're going to do a collab with someone, instead of sending them to a funnel where it's just you speaking, i.e. Sam Ovens, it would convert much higher, obviously, if Tai was there as well. So what they did a collab webinar where they actually filmed it together, and you can see here it's presented by Tai. So obviously, if you're promoting to Tai's audience and then you go and register for a webinar and Tai is on there presenting, then the conversions is going to be so much higher. He could have done a webinar where it was just Sam himself, and I'm sure he would have made a lot of money, but obviously it just wouldn't have been effective marketing to Tai's audience if Tai wasn't actually on the webinar himself. So there's no crazy copywriting here, but it's just very interesting to note that Sam's positioning at this time, back in 2016, was around helping people make their first dollar online or start their first business. And I believe this was just your typical webinar where you go on, you log on, and then it lasts for around 90 minutes. And then he sells his program. Another thing to note, at around this time in 2016, it was very much, hey, sell cheap courses So selling courses for around like $97, $100. And then some people were converting to the webinar model where they would sell 997 packages. But what Sam was teaching at this time was to craft your high ticket offer. So he was teaching people how to create an offer that you could sell for, 3, 4, 5K, 6K at a time. And this was fairly revolutionary. I mean, obviously now everyone is selling high ticket coaching and high ticket consulting services. But at this time, Sam was one of the first people to teach people how to sell an online coaching offer that just wasn't a 997 course or lower. So again, I'm not saying all of his success was down to his collab with Ty, but it doesn't harm your chances of succeeding if you actually partner with, at this time anyway, the most famous guy when it comes to like online make money guru stuff, which was obviously at this time it was Tai Lopez. So the second funnel he used was a webinar funnel, so similar to the funnel he used with Ty, but obviously without Ty's name on it, and he was just marketing to cold traffic. So you can see here, this was the webinar, 7 steps to 7 figures webinar. And you can see here that he actually changed his positioning a little bit. So Sam Ovens shares a simple 2-step process for generating 10, 20, and even 30 high ticket clients every single month with predictability down to the dollar and day. The new model of consulting, specialists, generalists, 7 things all 7-figure consultants focus on that others ignore. New session happening today. So you can see here, the messaging is completely different. This webinar, initially, his positioning was how to start a consulting business from scratch, how to make 100K, how to get consulting clients fast, right? How to pick a niche and craft your offer. So this is very much beginner focused. But his webinar now is completely different. So free training session for coaches and consultants. So you can see here that he's already targeting people who already have an established coaching or consulting business. Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to help you make 100K, he's talking about 7 figures, right? So millions of dollars, 7-figure consultant. And he's talking about not just getting clients fast, but he's talking about getting 30 high ticket clients every single month. So his positioning and his target market has completely changed. He's gone from, hey, I'm going to help you make your first dollar online, to now saying, hey, if you are a coach or consultant, then I'm going to help you grow and scale. And I believe this webinar was selling a 1997 product. So what you would do, obviously click this button, you would reserve your seat, and you would basically watch an automated webinar. And then at the end, he would sell you his $1997 coaching program, which I believe was the accelerator at this time. So an interesting change in positioning. And then further down the line, he released this funnel here. Now, the next funnel was actually a case study funnel. So different from the webinar, where it would be like register, watch a webinar for like 90 minutes, and then at the end, they send you to a checkout page to buy. The case study funnel was very much, let's try and get as many people on the phone as quickly as possible and try and sell them a super high ticket offer, which I believe he was selling up level. That's right, yeah, it was up level. And I believe, at the time of recording, I think the last time he sold it, it was like $5,800, $6,800. I'm not sure 100%. But this was the funnel that he used. So it's not too dissimilar from the messaging. So free training session for coaches and consultants, case study for coaches and consultants, how I get 30 to 50 high ticket coaching and consulting clients every month with predictability down to the dollar and day, right? So he's actually used the exact same headline here. Why you need a niche and proof of concept, secret weapon, all 7-figure coaches and consultants have, 2-step system to getting high value clients. What's the case study? So the messaging is pretty much exactly the same. So this transition, he hasn't gone from like going up the ladder in terms of targeting more experienced people. It's the same avatar, same ideal client. It's just a different funnel. And you can see here, you can go through the funnel if you register. This is one of the most famous funnels, I would say, in internet marketing history. he basically taught people how to use this exact funnel in his coaching. So all of his students started using this funnel as well. The amount of ads at around 2017, 2018, 2019 that I opted into, and they literally had this grayed out header that was like, watch the case study, step 2, apply now. Like every single person just used this exact same template. You can see this was in 2017. And I don't know how many customers he got in UpLevel, but they all used this funnel. And it was just funny, interesting to see people from all different industries selling all different products and services were using this exact funnel template. So I think Sam had a very high commission from ClickFunnels from running UpLevel. Literally, probably thousands of people went through his affiliate link and started using this ClickFunnels page. So it's funny. But anyway, this was obviously the case study. You watch this VSL, and the VSL isn't revolutionary. I actually don't have it to hand. And again, it'll be a whole different video dissecting a VSL. But it was very much just, you need predictability and consistency. The way you do that is having a funnel and running ads to that funnel. That was essentially the message. He was teaching people how to create this funnel and run ads to it, which at this time was his business model. And then obviously you click the button, you'd go and book your call, etc., etc. So obviously the change here was that I think that these webinars, the 90-minute automated webinars, were becoming a bit more diluted, and he wanted to sell a high ticket offer. Now, if UpLevel was $5,800, you can't really sell that from an automated webinar, right? It's too high ticket. It's too expensive for people to just go out and check out themselves. Typically, you need to speak to someone over the phone. So that's why he changed to this case study model, where he was getting people on the phone after watching the case study, and then he could sell them a high ticket service. So again, the interesting transition from, hey, I'm going to help you make your first dollar online. This is the best business model to start. Then targeting current coaches who want to scale to 7 figures. And now it's very interesting. If you go to his current website, if you go to his Quantum, which is essentially like his main mastermind, you can see here that he's teaching people who are probably on that next level. So not people who want to scale to 20 to 50K a month, but more so people who want to scale to 100, 200, 500K a month. So he's essentially transcended up the ladder of teaching online coaching, from beginners to people who already have the business to then people who are already successful, and basically helping them scale further. So that is the complete funnel breakdown. Pretty interesting to see his transition. And yeah, like I said, not a lot of people know that one of the big reasons why he blew up in the beginning, and he was already successful at this point, but like one of the big reasons he blew up completely was because he made a huge collab with Tai Lopez. They would have obviously done like a 50-50 split. So out of the money generated from this collab, they would have split it down the middle. But obviously it just got his face in front of millions of people. It would have grown his email list like crazy and his exposure. And that was really the catapult that exploded Sam and got him to be the largest, probably, online coach / consultant in the game today.